get paid to pretend to be Elvis Presley's girlfriend and live on a cruise ship for a living, and one common question I get asked is, where do you live while you're on board? Well, I live here, in my beautiful officer cabin, all the way towards the front part of the ship. So an officer cabin is the largest style cabin you can have on this cruise ship, and I waited 6 years to get a cabin of this size. You see, the way cabin allocation works on this ship is based on your tracking in the show, and so since my character's not the main character in the show, I've previously had a petty officer cabin located on deck 4 in the middle of the ship, which unfortunately is very far away from everyone. But one of the main stage headlining shows, Burn the Floor, just recently closed, and because of that, an officer cabin became available, and my track in the show was next in line to receive it. I cannot stress to you guys enough how lucky I am that this sort of thing even happened. It's super rare. Now that we've gotten the logistics of how on earth I even got this cabin out of the way, let's get cozy and I'll show you around. One of my favorite things about this cabin is just the sheer amount of storage there is. It's really absurd. I've got shelves here. Ooh. Ah. And I've got shelves here. You following me? Okay. Catch up. All right. I get these organizer bins from Amazon, and they are super, super helpful. In this bin, we've got medicine. In this bin, we've got cleaning supplies. And in this bin, we've got boxes of stuff that I've packed that I'm going to need to use the boxes again when we pack again to go home. So I use these Amazon boxes just kind of to hide the things that look really cluttered. And then I've clearly just given up on some of these other shelves. They're gonna look cluttered, there's nothing I can do about it. Deal. I also have this storage bin at the end of the bed, which is where I've packed all of like my old packing cubes, and there's a projector in here, my winter coat that I no longer need. I've got a yoga mat over here, but this thing's really great. Yeah. And we've got more drawers and shelves here. Lots of storage. My closet is also huge. Funnily enough though, my smaller cabin actually had a bigger closet. The one on deck 4 that I had for years. The closet was bigger because there's not a refrigerator in the middle of it. But there's a refrigerator in the middle of this one because there wasn't anywhere else to put the fridge. Come, I show you. This is where I keep all of my clothes. There's actually another shelf down here for shoes and stuff, but I have so many maxi dresses, they all just overhang. And I also keep my boots on this shelf. These are the boots that I wear for Broadway Unplugged. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know how much I love these. They are from Black Star. My brother got them for me. Thank you, Clayton, I love you. And we've got some more shelves here as well. And then I'm not gonna scare you with the contents of this closet, but just trust that there are more clothes in there. And then directly over here, we have my bathroom. Yay! So I actually had an officer cabin on my very first cruise ship contract that I ever did on Norwegian Cruise Line, and the bathroom was great, but I didn't have a lot of counter space in the bathroom. This, I mean, clearly, I've got a very decent amount of counter space, especially for a crew cabin. But if you don't have a decent amount of counter space, I suggest getting these baskets that I think are more advertised for like lockers, like high school and middle school lockers. But I use them to kind of get all of my products off of the counter. Makes things a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And there's also plenty of room in the medicine cabinets. This one I can't open all the way because my toothbrush is an electric toothbrush, and I have to plug it in up here, which means I can't open the mirror all the way. There's a lot of logic behind the design of these cabins. This is my shower. It's actually a decent human-sized shower, and for that, I'm extremely grateful. I know a lot of other crew members on this ship share a bathroom, and the bathroom is what we lovingly call a shoilet, because it is a shower and a toilet in the same room. I'm very fortunate my shower actually has a lip at the bottom, so water doesn't overspill. We love a functional shower. Now, one of the bonuses of having an officer cabin is that I get to have this lovely couch. Now, some people in my cast didn't even know this, but this bad boy turns into a bed. I got some footage of me doing that the other day. I'm not gonna do it again because it's a pain. Perfect for movie nights. In theory, not you, Siri, I said in theory. In theory, you could sleep about 4 people in this cabin. It would be very uncomfortable, but you could do it. And last, my favorite thing, the #1 reason why I wanted to get an officer cabin is my beautiful porthole. This is where I sit. This is where I do my makeup. This is where I film all my content. This is where I look outside and say, wow, it's so pretty, but wow, it's so hot. There's no way I'm going out there today. This is where I do my makeup. I have this travel makeup mirror that I've brought with me on every single contract. It's super, super useful. If you think you'd like it, I have it linked in the description. And I also have these baskets that I put all my makeup into, and they stick to the wall, and it's, again, super useful. And I also have a little reed diffuser here. This one I got in Paris, and that's because you can't have candles in a crew cabin because flame is against the rules. And as a candle-loving girly, that's very sad for me, but these reed diffusers are a great alternative. So I've put one in my cabin, and I've got one in my husband's cabin. Speaking of my husband, one other really great thing about this cabin is that it is directly next door to my husband. So sometimes we communicate to each other via knocking. Okay, it's nighttime. I'm gonna knock on the wall to see if he responds. One mildly annoying thing about this porthole is that I have these curtains, these Velcro curtains, that are meant to block out all the sunlight. They don't do a very good job. So at night, my husband and I, we have to put pillows here to block out as much sunlight as we possibly can, or else we're gonna wake up at like 5 a.m. because the sun will be blaring. So that's my cabin in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was informative, and let me know if you have any questions about what life is like living on a cruise ship. Leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to address them. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. And that's really it. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!